Look at this, guys. So we've been in Europe, we've been in the US, Eastern Europe. Dmitrii, does Eastern Europe and Europe, does it count together as Europe?
Should be.
Should be, it's sort of, It's like dance. It's dance and EDM. It's the same flavor. Could be. So this time, I think for the first time, we have Alan Burak with us. Not in Sigma and not in some small networking event, which is, again, very, very large. This time we have like the full meal, the full breakfast, the full Argentinian breakfast or Latin America salsa dance. We are part of Salsa Latam, which I believe most of the people here knows is probably the well-known event for Latin American markets in the gaming industry. And I'm really happy to have an exclusive panel of superstars here, and let us introduce them one by one. My friend, Dmitrii Guniashov, he's from Cryptopay. Cryptopay.me probably is, I think, one of the top 3 providers of cryptocurrency services for the gaming providers in the market. I think they're probably one of the top 3. For us, they're always number 1 because they try harder, their service is much better. They never have been involved in any scandal, which is, again, in the crypto, and Dmitrii will believe, like me, that clean name is something is very, very important. In crypto, it's even more important. And really, I'm so happy that Dmitrii, that, has so much clients to deal with and in such a busy schedule, to come with us. We are now here, some in Miami, some in Argentina, and he's from Russia, and you joined us for this panel today. Thank you so much, Dmitrii, for joining us.
My pleasure, Tom.
Guniashov, thank you so much. Then we have Stefan Haenel. Stefan Haenel from Hamburg. Stefan Haenel from Hamburg. I believe that all of you, each one of you, know FinXP. Now, the funny stuff that in FinXP, you can still know the original name only when you see. I can tell you, Stefan, how I knew that you are Payment Europe or something like that. That's the original name?
No,
Stefan,
no,
right?
Payment World Europe.
Sorry?
Payment World Europe.
Yeah. PWE. I can tell you, last week we finally had the chance to test, this bank account that all my clients are using now, and I saw that in some places say, like internal transfer between PWE clients, and I said, what is PWE? I asked Jenny, and Jenny said, listen, PWE, it could be FinXP's old name. I said, wow, that's cool. So I saw it, Stefan, then finally I know now the old name. So it's PWE. And now after I tested your bank, I can tell you, okay, not officially a bank. This is so cool. It works seamlessly, not only like between clients of us, which this is what we tested first, like this internal PWE, which is like instant, but also, Swift and outside and inside, and that's really, really cool. So really, I'm really happy to have you here with us here on this panel, Stefan Haenel, again, one of the co-founders and a CFO of FinXP from Malta. Thank you so much, Stefan.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Next, we have Alan Burak. People see Alan is thinking that he's like us, Israeli, like loud and bold, right? And he has like a beard. But Alan Burak is the go-to person. I think not only in Argentina or in Miami, all the time he's like travels around the world. It's like where in the world, like in Carmen, San Diego, is where the world is Alan Burak. You can never know if he's in Miami or he's in Argentina or in consulting for a client in Mexico or in Spain, or actually maybe he's in Sigma. You remember, Alan, what happened in Sigma at the last night of Sigma, like shortly before the Corona in November? Tell me, so I will remember.
Yes, it was crazy. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Really thank you for all this time that you're spending with me and inviting me. I remember last time when I was in Sigma and that night that you are telling everyone, we had a panel talking about LATAM, and that panel was supposed to be one of the last panel of all the show. So they put LATAM as last, but it was so popular and there was so much interest in the market that there was people packed outside the room. So it was like crazy, and everyone was trying to get in, and everyone was sitting, and people were standing, and we had people all around our panel, Tal, and it was amazing.
Unbelievable.
It has to be a keynote panel instead of being a last panel. But
exactly, they thought that no one will come. Actually, we're grateful to Aman and all this team, and we're grateful also not to them, also to the SBC and also the guys like the SBC guys and of course the Iman guys and Zoltan, all the guys who are keeping the industry alive are very, 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 we're grateful for them. And of course, in the financials, there's finance magnets and FX sector. But what happened there is that these guys were sure that the Latin America panel should be at the end of the last day where everybody is already flying home. And it started, I think, at 4 p.m. And I think that my friend and I were there until 7 p.m. as there was no corona yet. It was November 2019. And all the people were just standing and the door, and it's like I think 600 people in a 200 people place. But this actually, I think, made Alan think, why not to take this to a higher level? And that's why we're really, really happy we're here now. So thank you.
No, thank you for your trust and your time. And here I am to bring more bridge among all our regions. So here I am to help you, everyone.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, great. So Alan, I will just, we'll briefly touch you in a moment. I also will want you, my moderators will ask each one of you about yourselves, and you'll hear also everybody you about Alan, those who still not you. But let me, before I move on more to the panel and leave the stage for my colleagues, let me introduce my colleagues, two of my colleagues. So let's start normally in Latin America and also in the real world. We always start with the girls, and then we continue with the guys. So ladies first. This is Miss Emily Helmer. She joined our team, I think. When was it, Emily?
In January of 2021.
Well, January 2021. She's already a family. It looks like it looked like years ago. It's like now 8 months already. Now, Emily, in our team, she was very, highly promoted. She's now head of our compliance team and heads all the e-merchant services department, onboarding new clients, deals also with Genia's clients on the banking department. And I think that a part of working with many of our clients' departments, also, she was born in the United States, made Aliyah in Israel, it calls Aliyah, traveled to Israel alone at a very young age, and here she deals with lots of the interesting stuff while she's not even a lawyer. She's like still a law student. So thank you, Emily, for coming here and investing your time here. We're all here in the office now. Like Emily is in her room, I'm in my room, Jenny is in another room. So you see in Israel there is still Corona, but like we still go out and still eat together and all of that, and hopefully we're now needing in front of the booster, the third vaccine, all of us. Let's hope that things will go better. So that's about Emily. This is Mr. Eugenio Gurevich. He has been 5 years with my team already. Eugenio Gurevich has been living in Singapore for probably for a long period of time. He was also finished Tel Aviv University of Law. Also he's a Russian speaker, and also he's now finishing his studies in Tel Aviv. LLM with Berkeley University, deals with banking and payments, heads of banking and payments, and also deals with lots of the executive, let's say, executive methods and processes and things that are going on in all of the group of companies. And I'm really happy that Jenna is with me in this panel. Here is 7:30. Let me show you. Here is 7:30. I don't know if you can see. Well, probably you can see. It's like midnight. Looks like Miami. But with Alan Burak, I think it's like Alan Burak. Show us. No, I don't want to show you. It looks so cool there. It's now it's 12:30. 12:30, right? 12:30 in Argentina, Miami time. Yeah.
Miami,
okay, guys,
yes.
It was great. That's only the introduction. Let's
I think we forgot one. I think it's you. So I'll do the introduction. Normally, you're a person who does not need to be introduced. So this is Tal, the head of our firm. His energy is only second to his professionalism. Established the firm in 2003. The firm is focused solely on online and gaming industries. We've been practicing solely these areas. Tal is very keen and very on point, all these matters, knows everybody always. You can see him on conferences, making a lot of action and a lot of making interest around the floor. And this is Tal.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So thank you guys all for being here. It's a pleasure to host and moderate this panel with Genia. And let's get going to the first question. So we're going to ask all, how does your business bring extra value to your clients and business partners? And what makes you differ from the competition?
Alan,
Stefan?
I think Alan should start because he's hosting us. Yeah.
You're totally right. So Alan, I would love to hear from you.
Okay, thank you, Emily. Well, I think that the most important thing in human life is personal relationships. And if I have to mention something, it's called relationships. Our business is called Success. And the objective of Success is always to bring value. And that value is based on the relationship that we form, knowing the people from, as you said in the introduction about Dmitrii, knowing that everyone who is, what he has done in the past, and what that names comes inside, and what the background. So what we do and the value that we give the market and any market around the world is knowing people and connecting people, networking people in order that they can fulfill their objective. So if I have to say it in one phrase, our added value to the industry, to the whole industry worldwide, is to make networking and like matchmaking networking, meaning that if you need something, we know who is that someone that can supply or help you. So our value is like creating the environment for business. Our value is to create the networking and know who is important and who you need to be talking with, not to be talking with everyone, but the right person, meeting the right person at the right moment. So Emily, if I could say something, we are networking, global networking experts. We know everyone as Tal, and the idea is to help everyone to do business. And if everyone do business in the right way, we're going to be happy.
Thank you so much. I agree with you so much.
But I'm still curious. So you're great in networking, and I know that also you do lots of HR, and I see the conference that you do. But you know, like, you know, the Jewish grandma always ask, you know, but what is your real job? You know what I mean? If you're like a musician, what is your real job? If you're a lawyer, what is your real job? I'm asking like the Jewish mama, what is your real job, Alan? What is, like, you know, like Monografie and the group and Success, a part of doing like the best events, you also, and networking, you also do lots of consultancy, right? Can you please, you know, give some, you know, more, you know, because I believe many of the people here, some of them know you, but some part of them, our clients, not all of them know you. So maybe, can you maybe extend a bit more?
Our main asset is knowing everyone for 30 years. We are in the industry for 30 years in Latin America. Me, by myself, I'm only 20 years in the industry at the end of this year. So our main asset is knowing everyone. And our main business is getting people together and helping them as consultant, as event organizer, creating specific solutions to make them people do their objective. So we are like a helper, like a consulting. We are more like a counseling. But we create events. We create the environment. We are the environment where everything happens. So we are the ecosystem. So if you want to, if your grandma asks me for us, what is our business? We create the world where everyone meets. So we create the structure, we create the environment. So our business is to create the place where people meet. If it's digital, because of the pandemic, it's digital. If we have the chance to do something like we are doing in Miami, we do it. If we have the chance to do like a drive-in event, like we did in Argentina, with everyone coming with cars, like the movie Cars, and operators and regulators, everyone talking from car to car, it was amazing. We create experience, we create relationship. So our business is something that you cannot buy on a shelf. You need to try and to come with us, because no one can give us the experience that we have. No one can put you in touch with the people that we know. So the idea is that our main asset is the knowledge of people, the knowledge of market, and our business is getting people together to do their business. And once they are in their business, they come back again and they ask, hey, do you know any good lawyer in Europe? And we pick up the phone and say, Tal, hey, how are you? There is someone who needs you. Hey, I need a crypto solution for LATAM. Do you know someone? Because in LATAM, crypto are starting. So do you know someone outside LATAM who have the knowledge in crypto that can help us to start building from scratch? Hey, Dmitrii, they are starting to talk about crypto in LATAM. And this is people that you can trust. So I put together people in contact, and that's our business. If they need a lawyer, I call you. If they need crypto, I call Dmitrii. And we know everyone and they trust in us.
So it's matchmaking for business.
It's matchmaking for business where we only are in the middle. We don't get in anyone's business. And that's why we have been 30 years in the industry. Amazing. Because we know everyone, land-based, online, sport betting, esports, virtual sports. And they give us a call, they send us a WhatsApp, we talk at C-level in level. And they said, hey, and even we do headhunting. we already put like 5 people in top level management in operations around Latam, land-based online esports, and they call us, hey, do you know someone that can run our operation in Punta Cana? And we have several people and we put them in contract, or do you know sales representative? And that's what we do. We have knowledge, and the power that we have, our asset is the knowledge, and the superpower that we have is learning.
Amazing.
That's
Thank
our
you so
superpower.
much, Alan. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Stefan, could we get an answer from you on this first question?
Yes, of course. Well, other than Alan, we are focusing on the solutions, right? So what we offer to our clients with regards to payment solutions, and this works into both sides, from Latin America, US into Europe, and vice versa. And I would like to give you some examples. So whenever you go into another country you're not familiar with, right, you need the local payment methods, but as well you need to maybe a bit understand the local behaviors, the culture a bit. And so we see many US and Latin businesses, if they come into Europe, because they're very much credit card minded, especially the US, they just ask for credit card processing. Well, while we have in Scandinavia a quite well coverage of credit cards with the people, it's less in Central Europe or Germany, and even more in Southern Europe. So you need to have local payment methods available so that you get access to more clients. Right? What you want is, if you enter into another market, you want clients. And if you offer a payment method or focusing on a payment method no one has, you may not end up nowhere in this country, right? So we're actually boarding a CBD business from the US, and they are as well looking into credit card. Guys, if you go into Europe, that's fine, but you need to have all the other payment methods. And vice versa is if you go into Latin America. Many people don't understand that in Latin America, only few people have international credit cards. Most have national ones, or even like Boleto Bancário in Brazil, as an example. And if you do not establish a business there, right, with a branch office, but just want to try to sell online, you need to take care on some of the countries, at least, and Alan may know, you have to take care on branch profit tax, on VAT, which is all be part of the fee. So you have operators there and partners, and you're integrated into over 350 plus payment methods and acquirers all over the world. But you need then those providers who can take care of all these measures and withholding the tax, and then you end up, why am I paying 15-16% of my payments, right?
Wow.
Yeah, but because 15% branch profit tax in a different level, right? Depends on the country. On the sale, then it's VAT issues and the like, and so it can sum up to even more, right? And this is something you need to know, and you need to bring the solution and the understanding. Right? Otherwise, you will go nowhere or just find no clients because you don't have the payment methods that people need or have, right? So, and well, that's what we bring to the table.
Amazing. And like Tal said, we could say firsthand that you do your job very, very well, and you give amazing solutions to clients.
Yeah. I think that also, I will add also that the fee structure, I think, is very competitive. I think you'll see it also with the friends from Cryptopay, which is different service. But I don't think that giving a very, very, very good service at a very, very high price is something that I would always recommend. And because at the end of the day,
it's like anything in life, it's about balance. And if you can find the way to give the best service to your clients and work with competitive fees, then you're on your road to success. And I think you guys really do that well.
Yeah. I think if you see like the charges for Swift, the charges for Inca, all of this is very, very, very standard. The setup fees, I think that if I compare it, it's quite low, like Stefan, I don't want you to raise it to my clients, because no, I'm telling you
some ideas. No, but it's a difference. We have seen so much price dumping in the acquiring business, right?
Yeah.
And you have even the big acquirers, like the bigger ones like Concardis, Nets, they are all struggling, right? And what's your benefit if your partner's then at some point in time going bankrupt, right? Because they're trying to sell at crazy cheap prices, and you can't get a good service at the lowest price, right? A fair price is good, but you have to have some, and you need to pay something, yeah, if you want something, right? And so.
Of course. Thank you, Stefan. Dmitrii?
I will be quite short on this. I will build on what Alan and Stefan has told. So for us, we are kind of a boutique firm which provides crypto processing and make it simple for our clients to accept various digital assets. We take care of the compliance side, which is very important these days. And we make sure that we build trust with people who we work with. So we've been doing this service for 8 years already. And the connections we've built with our clients, they just keep referring their friends to us. And that's the major sign that we're doing things right.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you, Dmitrii. Zhenya?
Yeah. Thank you everyone for your insights. Moving on to our next topic. So let's say I'm an LATAM operator. You guys as veterans in this industry, some of you 20 years and something in this industry. So let's say I'm a LATAM operator or I'm a European operator and I want to enter the LATAM market or vice versa. What mistakes from your experience do you think I should be avoiding? Dmitrii, we'll start with you.
Well, for us, I would suggest just build the relationship with the processor you're working with. Make sure that you do the background check on who you start the processing with, because especially in the crypto industry, there were many cases where, well, services were providing some big discounts and they ended up losing all the client monies, and that ended up badly. So I think making sure you start small, build the trust, and then move on the full speed.
That sounds very good. Starting as a bootstrap startup and then building some trust.
Not putting all the eggs in one basket.
Yeah, I think it's the way to go with, well, especially
exactly.
with the processors. Yeah.
Exactly. Stefan?
Well, I would always say or recommend to build up a branch office or even a subsidiary in the respective country, right? Which on the one side, if we talk about credit card processing, it helps you to save a lot of the interchange fees, right? If you have local, because only then you can have local processing at the much cheaper rates. So this is something, and then of course, out of experience, being involved in many other businesses in my career, you need to care about local taxes, right? And which can be a big trap. VAT is a thing, right? It has become very different since 2015 in Europe. Whatever you sell inside, even virtual goods, there is a big risk of VAT. You might, even if you just sell online, right? You may get trouble with the tax authorities. So make yourself familiar with the tax standards, especially on VAT, and you need marketing. You need to understand a bit the local people, habits, everything. So I would even recommend to, even in Europe, to build up your own subsidiary or branch office in order to be successful. Well, we can help this as well, right?
Very interesting. Alan, what's your 2 cents on that?
You ask about the problems, and the main problems are ignorance, because sometimes when people are coming in from outside LATAM, they think that LATAM is all the same place. It's all the same country, same language. We all speak Spanish, but it's not. So when we are a lot, we have been dealing with a lot of people from abroad, and we always said that they need to invest, and they don't need to save cost, because the problem is, because you asked about the problems. The problem is that companies try to have the more without investing money. So if you don't want to invest in training, if you don't want to invest, it was Stefan said about having a local office. If you don't want to invest in someone who can make a consultancy, a guidance, and you want to go by your own, you can do it. But ignorance, it will be the most hard thing to, the most trouble thing that you will find here, because you have a lot of countries with different cultures, different languages, different way of doing business, different taxation, different jurisdiction. Even in Argentina, where it's only one country, you have 24 states. So you have 24 different jurisdictions, even we are in Argentina. So when you're talking about the problem is ignorance, and the second one would be lack of investment. Because if you're planning to go abroad into the next step of going above, or want to have something to do, you have to do marketing, you have to invest, you have to find the right people. So the problem is that companies sometimes they want to say, they are thinking about other markets like, okay, they all speak Spanish, they are all in Latam, it's all the same. And they are going to waste their money, they are going to have a bad experience, and then they're not going to come again when there was another thing, another way of doing things, that it would be find the right partner, go to events, not only the ones that we do, but go to all events that you come,
But your events are the best.
Well, how to say it without saying it, you know? How to say you are the best without saying you are the best.
I'd like
experience. Yeah, tell me, Stefan.
Yeah, no, I'd like to add something here, because you mentioned one very important thing. It's the investment, and sometimes it's just the simple things. I have just recently issues with a merchant, a big US player want to build something in Europe, and because it's all virtual online sales, why do we need office? We do all the stuff is home office and so on. But then onboarding stopped at the point where, because they could not provide the proper address, right? Virtual address at the lawyer's office. Guys, that's a problem in today's world, right? It has changed over the last years. So you need to have something, right? And if you just build up everything virtually, you may end up with no credit card processing, or maybe not even with a bank account, because you can't prove a utility bill to the office address, and even not prove your office address, right?
Yeah, I totally agree.
And there it starts, right? So
yeah,
very true. True.
Yeah,
so
that's true. So credibility. So all of those are consequences of not being ignorant, not investing. So it's like
not being compliant, not being compliant.
Not be compliant, and well, you have the case of Messi. It's like you have to go you have to be compliant. So if you don't want to be compliant, try to do markets in another way, but you have your risk. So if you want to do the right things, the story has to be totally different.
Thank you.
I think like we say, might I just add, like we say all the time, it sounds like sort of a catchphrase, but it really is true that compliance is not, I mean, compliance can be an opportunity. And also, like Dmitrii said, when they offer the compliance to their clients inside the services that they give, it's such an advantage, because people think crypto, they don't think compliance. People think compliance, they don't think crypto. And once you put them together, you get this really nice sort of shell of services that you can provide. And people, I mean, it's very legitimate, and it's very safe, and it's very regulatory, and that's the way you should think. And I think that's the key here.
Yeah, I think that Dmitrii and me all the time, we have our, we have a department, we have like an email where we send all the fraudulent or semi-fraudulent emails that we get from some so-called people who want to be like business partners of us, people like, I don't know, like crypto change FX at Proton Mail, or I don't know, some Ukrainian, like service providers, or Mexican, Alan. And then you can never know, the money can, Argentina. Disappear. And then you'll say, yeah, I'm the director. I'm the director of crypto, I can, I have a license, yeah, I don't need to be regulated, And then, and this guy can say, listen, that's the casino looks like that, And, at the end of the day, you do like real and compliant stuff. You don't want to be, and deal. This is why all our business partners are people that, first of all, we trust. People that are come with us on panels are people we trust, and that's important. We'll never do things, and we'll never refer clients to anyone that we can think that can risk our clients. Of course, it's only on the subjective level. Stefan Haenel can look like the most coolest guy, but maybe behind that beard, he has there like a vault. I don't know where he has. I don't know, like he has nuclear weapon where he actually uses this, PWE as to launder proceeds from nuclear weapons that is selling to the Iranian government. I'm just, of course,
Not at all.
Never know.
Tal, we don't deal with these stupid things like
Arms dealing.
arms dealing, no, and things like that. We do kryptonite,
Yeah, kryptonite is the best. Kryptonite is the best. No, yeah,
No,
we
but-
don't do
but
we don't
you-
do
you-
nuclear
you
weapons.
said-
We just do
you-
regular weapons. Yeah, we
but
don't.
you
We don't do.
are right.
Yeah, we don't do marijuana. We do only serious drugs. There are some banks that that's what they do. They say, listen, we accept all activities except like drug dealing, human trafficking, and nuclear weapons, and whatever. I think that there is a place for everything. I don't think that there is. You need to say automatically bad on every offer that you get from any bank or service provider that you never heard before. You just need to do more due diligence, right, Jenny?
Yes, absolutely. And we want to circle back to first question that I think we skipped, and also ask you the second question at the same time. So can you tell us, Tal, how in our firm we bring extra value to our clients and how we stand out from the crowd? And also,
I think that's exactly what we said now.
I
get,
know,
like, all the time-
I know.
Yeah.
Just the emphasis.
No, you're right. Yeah.
That's the emphasis.
Th-
We said
this is-
compliance. We said, all the.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, like, if you see what the example that we just spoke about this. So even
Absolutely.
vetting the solutions is part of the stuff that we like. Actually, I like it the most. I operate an office which is now, it's not even a mid-size. It's like, let's say mid-size between boutique or maybe even more of the boutique now. We're already like 18 years old, but I can tell you, I like to enjoy to do this myself. Vet those solutions. Speak with those guys who operate this I do myself. The day-to-day work of dealing, with the banks and with the providers. Normally, my team is Jenya and Emily, Mayan, Liat, my team. But new solutions I like to meet. And then normally, if someone looks great, we do a test, and then we transfer money of us, like 1,000 euro to do a test. We see, we can risk it. We can send it like for charity. But that's the way. And then sometimes I want to do like a Zoom call, and then the guy, he's putting like a sellotape on his, you know what I mean? He's like, sorry, it doesn't work. So like this one, it doesn't work. So you're doing a Zoom with someone who doesn't want to show you your face. And then how can I send a client to a place like this, or you know what I mean, or like a provider for gaming that works only on a very specific license, which now even has some issue. Like we have clients working with like Curacao license, and I can tell you that it's not a problem to have a Curacao license. And guys in China and guys in Latin America will tell you that's fine. But at the end of the day, it's the full compliance, and this is a thing that you need to be always compliant, not only with the license, but the license and the banking. Everything goes together. I think that regarding the idea that we are here together and getting into the US markets and into LATAM markets with my friend Alan Burak and with the guys here also from Cryptopay and from my friends from FinXP, and of course there are other people that are here also here, not specific today in the panel, but also part of the event, also Amir, Mikay, and also ConnectPay and other providers. I can tell you guys, more important in these places like LATAM is to have, it sounds like a cliche, local partner, but look, try to enter Spanish markets without a local partner. I wish you luck. Even the financial markets, it won't work like that. And not in every place you need a local partner, but in these places, I think it's mandatory, I think that in Israel, many people open a company here, you don't need a local partner. You can go and you can open, I think that, Dmitrii will tell you how he moved to Europe without a local partner. He did everything, he had like great teams, but they didn't need local partners. I think that Alan will tell you that this is what we saw. We don't have a formal office in Latin America, but yes, we represent some guys with the call centers and activities in Mexico, as in Peru and Uruguay. All of them have local partners. That's my 2 cents, guys.
Thank you, Tal. And thank you, Dmitrii. And thank you, Stefan. And thank you, Alan. Thank you, everyone, for being us here today. It was very interesting, very insightful. Thank you for the delegates. Thank you for Saxa team. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you, Jenya, and thank you again, Alan, for hosting us. It was a real pleasure to hearing all of your insights, and hope to be in Miami next year.
Miami. We're going to Miami. And then to Ibiza.
Thanks for the
Then to Ibiza.
invitation, Tal.
Of course. Yeah, we're taking. We're
Yeah,
taking.
of course,
We're taking.
of course.
We're inviting. We're inviting, guys.
We are
Guys,
inviting everyone.
to Miami, but
it's-
only if we stay in the
Still
South
remote,
Beach,
no?
in the South Beach, and we go. I think that, yeah, we go. The picture, the official pictures are all from there, guys. I hope everybody is already having a visa because in 1 year we'll be there. Hopefully. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you
Thank you.
guys.
Have a good
Thank
one.
you.
Thank you.
Much,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.